Claudia, and I'm coming to you from Denmark, and this is my knitting podcast. I hadn't been recording for around half a year, I guess. It's just my wild guess. And first I thought I'm gonna just go with this, I'm gonna be recording, but yeah, I just couldn't. For this of you who was watching my podcast before all that started, you know that I'm living in Denmark, but I'm originally Ukrainian. So when in February war started in Ukraine, even that I live in Denmark, still affected me. My relatives living in Ukraine, and this is Ukraine is my country, so I hope I'm gonna deal with this in some way, but that's not that easy. But yeah, I wanted to come back to this my podcast and try to record the video because I feel really bad, like something is missing for me when I don't have this podcast, don't have this short talks with you guys, talking about knitting, about something what I like. Even that me sitting in front of camera and talking about knitting will don't stop war in Ukraine, but at least it can give me some, I don't know, peace and time to talk about something what I like to do. Yeah, so let's take it, I don't know, like podcast number, I don't know, but first when I'm trying to pick it all together. I have no clue what I was knitting when I was making this podcast last time, but I just gathered a couple of things what I just recently finished or like or now in the process of making. So I'm gonna discuss with you guys all this and we will see how that's gonna go. So yeah, I'm not wearing any knits today. Normally I was starting with what I'm wearing, but day is still quite warm. It's cold now already here in Denmark, but I'm inside apartment. It's not that cold, so I'm not wearing any knits today. Then I'm gonna show you a couple of things what I recently finished and what I like and tell you all about this. Yes. So this was a hat. This is a hat what I finished just last week. I had this yarn with tweets and I decided to knit with this. I'll probably write down how it's exactly called, this yarn, but it's fingering weight yarn with the tweets. It's hedgehog fibers, but I don't remember how tweet, maybe hedgehog fiber tweet, maybe, I don't know. I had the skin of this yarn, I make the hat, but now I'm questioning, I have a little amount of yarn back, but now I'm questioning if I want to make this hat a little bigger. I made this top down with 2x2 rib, in 2x2 rib pattern, yeah. And I wanted it to be quite snug and quite small, but now I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know. I will try to wear this. Let's see how it's gonna look. Yeah, it's look kind of like that on me now. It's covering my ears and it's sits quite good, but I'm thinking maybe if that was like a little more slouchy here, it will be better. But I kind of like don't know. Let me know what you think. Should I make it bigger? Like I easily can undo the bind off and just continue a couple of centimeters and then it will be higher on top. But I kind of like don't really know what should I do? Now my head is all hair. It's not that nice. It's okay. So that's my first, I don't know, finished object. It's actually quite recent because I finished it like last week. So yeah, I really like it. So that's my first finished object. I actually became really bad with my project pages on Ravelry. Sometimes I'm starting this and then don't post in any pictures or don't even start in them. But I'm gonna try to list all projects down below in description and gonna try to fill the pages as much as I can. So yeah, my first finished object. My second, what I wanted to show, it's quite a big one. It's sweater, and now I find out that it's turned wrong side. Because it's reverse stockinette stitch. I knitted this on a right side, but with the thought that it's gonna be, I'm gonna wear this on the wrong side, that pearl stitch is gonna show. I made this like this first because I wanted, second because it's like variegated yarn and I like the look more on the pearl stitches. So yeah, that's how it's look. It's just simple raglan sweater. I made this top down. I made couple of short rows in the back, and then I was making raglan line with the slip stitches. Don't know how good you can see this, I hope. It's just some slip stitches what I was making in raglan, and I continue it on the side. Yeah, but other there's nothing special about this sweater, but I like how it looks. It's warm, it's sock yarn like merino wool with nylon, finger and weight yarn, and yeah, I just easily like make a swatch, calculate from that what I want, and just made the sweater. Was making increases by raglan until the moment when I decided that's good size and I can start working the body. I work the body, then pick up for sleeves. Because the yarn is variegated, it's look strange. Like here on the camera I can see like big spot of like greenish color, but in real life you cannot see this like that. And here is like more purples here, but again it's just because of circumstances and how yarn was going. Because on the sleeves there's less speckles because it's less circumstances, and I was alternating skins, so it's not that I was doing something wrong and was picking up wrong yarn. No, but it's look nice, I like it. Easy, simple sweater. Now in autumn it's already cold, so I'm wearing this quite often. Yeah, and like colors, it's like little green, little, I don't know, beige and some pinks. With the jeans it's look just great. So yeah, that's my second sweater. And yeah, mostly now I'm working on some simple projects what I can pick up and leave, and I don't know, can work sometime when I have some breaks at work or when I'm somewhere on my way, I don't know, like taking a bus or something like that. And if that was color work or cables or something like this, I will probably lost my way where I am. But something like stockinette stitch, reverse stockinette stitch, rib pattern, it's quite easy because it's easy to guess where you was. So yeah, that's my second finished object. I had couple of socks and then some work in progress. It's probably not gonna be the longest podcast, but I need to start with something. Next finished object, it's socks. Gonna try to take one sock blocker to show you them better. And again, these socks, I want to wear them on reverse side, so I'm gonna show you that on reverse side. I was knitting them toe up because I had just 50-gram skin, and I wanted to make a pair of socks. So I wanted to make heel flap and gusset, but I don't know how to properly do this when you knit toe up. I know how to do this with cuff down, but not with toe up. So, and again, I was knitting them in stockinette stitch here and here rib pattern, but because I want to wear them with this wrong side, that I was like making reverse stockinette stitch. They look quite tight on this blocker, but they wasn't blocked yet. I got this 50-gram skin and I really like the color and wanted to make some socks, so I guess it's like great socks for fall. And I make one mistake in these socks, and now I need to figure it out how to fix it. It's probably easy fix, it's just some time. I bind up it's too tight, and now I cannot pull this through my heel, so I will need to undo the binding and then make it again. But yeah, this is just a simple pair of socks. I made this in 2x1 stitch, and I'm gonna wear them on the wrong side, so they will be like that. Yeah, they're not really high here, but they're good enough. Yeah, I don't really like my socks really high, so it will be great. I don't know, adds to my autumn. I just found the stitch. I cannot see this. I just found the stitch what's going to unravel. Apparently I lost this somewhere by making a heel. So now I just need to find some stitch marker and put it in to don't lose it and fix the socks. Didn't even wear them even once yet, and now I find a mistake. Have some blocker stitch. Sometimes I find this difficult when I'm working the heel, and then I do normally like German short draw heel of this. Normally I'm working this German short draw heels, or there's one more when you are making like 3 stitches in one and then decreasing them. So yeah, sometimes it's hard to pick out the 3rd stitch, or I don't know how that happens, but I'm gonna fix it. I found the stitch, I marked this, and now I'm gonna fix this. So yeah, that's again one of the simple projects what's easy to take with, and then I'm finishing them while I have some time. Next finished objects is also a socks. Now with just 2 pair of socks what I made from 100-gram ball. I forgot how the yarn is called. That self-striping yarn, when you get when you bind this, you get like 2 balls, 2 identical balls, and then you can make 2 socks and they will be identical. It's never worked for me. They're never identical. They're like almost the same, but never identical. I don't know why. So first I make a shorties. It's my shorties. Again, we'll pick up one blocker. They look like that. And then I was knitting them toe up, and then with the rest of yarn I make socks but pick up from another point, so if I was continuing socks, they will be color will be changing like that. Yeah, but I make one shorties and one a little longer socks. It's not a little longer, it's quite longer. So if I was making that not that long, it'd probably be 2 pairs of shorts of socks. Yeah, shorts, of course. I was knitting socks and Tarans makes shorts. Yeah, this one is quite big. Yeah, so if I was shorten that down a couple, then I will have 2 pairs of socks. I have European 37. Don't know how to explain this size, but it's not like really big. So I made them, but as I tell, they're not identical for me. Like, you see how bad this heel is going, and now we're gonna try to put another socks on, and you will see that's like a little different. It's okay, it's for me. I'm not you know, socks shouldn't be like identical, but it's completely different. Here is like half socks, almost half socks. It's like grayishly blue, and here is brown, but there I had like something like that. I don't know why. I'm trying. This one I was even knitting on like 2 at a time, and they're still not the same. Is they like almost the same, but here even like they ended on different place. Here is blue, here is brown. I don't know why, but I don't know. I was trying my best. So I get 2 pairs, one shorties and one long one, from the 100-gram ball of this yarn. Yeah, I find this yarn a little splitty while you knitting, and here on the yarn you also can see that it's splitty. So sometimes if my needles are too sharp, I can split the yarn while I'm knitting. It's not that great, but I like socks. I like wearing them. I have already a couple of pairs from this yarn, and I really like it. I think my first yarn, what I got it was in some Christmas yarn exchange, and I got this in Christmas colors. I made the socks out of them. I believe it was like not last year, but like 2 years ago probably. And I got a couple of more balls of that yarn recently. I like it, but that's what it's split and it's not that great. But socks are really soft and nice, so I think it's okay. Yeah, now we're gonna go to work in progress, and I also have one pattern what I made way back in March, I believe, but never published it. So I probably gonna publish this after I'm gonna publish this podcast, and will send you links and all this there. So let's look on this pattern first, and then we're gonna go to my work in progress. So these socks I was knitting from a yarn what I get from Valoria. She sent me a yarn, and I already was using that yarn for so many projects, and I still have some. So these socks, they look like that. I made that in colors of Ukrainian flag as Valoria sent me. So it's simple socks, and they have here in front, I'm gonna show in one, they have a pattern on front. I was trying to make some pattern what will look like armor, yeah, but it's look like that. It have like a little holes, but it's like so hard to show. I wasn't making videos so long, and I'm kindly forgetting how to do this. So it's simple stockinette stitch. It's have gusset heel, yeah, and here is a little pattern on top, and I made the contrasting toe, calf and heel, and yellow color sock. To have here this pattern, I'm gonna call this like gentle armor. Yeah, So as I told before, I'm probably gonna put this on Ravelry after I'm gonna publish this podcast, and I'm gonna put some discount in a description. Yeah, that you can try to knit them also. Now I'm gonna show you my 2 work in progress, and it's gonna be that. As I told, I'm out of practice, and yeah, I literally gathered all what I was wanted to talk about, put it here near me, set the camera, and thought like, okay, let's try. I believe like maybe 2 months ago, I also was setting the camera and even made the podcast, but then never published. So we hope that will gonna work out. Yeah. So my work in progress. I don't remember when, but I started Northeasterly blanket, and I have no clue if I ever showed you that here. So I don't know if it's something completely new what you're gonna see, or I already was showing you that, but kind of like we made the big progress, but also not the biggest one for now. It don't gonna be like a bed blanket. It's gonna be just like a lap blanket, and I'm using hand dyed yarn with like some colors what I like. When I was starting, I thought it will be just pinks and some variegation of this, but I was adding also some other colors what I like. Just try to don't add any colors what I like. I'm not sure about. So it's look like this for now. It's not like the biggest yet, but I really like it. It's like colorful and bright and nice and soft, and I'm looking forward to using this later, but I still need to finish this. And yeah, I don't know, for now it's like I don't know, maybe 150 meter and 50 centimeters long. Yeah, it's probably long, and it's not that wide yet, so maybe like a meter wide, and it's gonna be bigger. So I'm still working on this. Here I was making bind off, but I if I finish and decide it's not long enough, then I always can just add to that side, and it's gonna be okay. But I really like it. It have a lot of pinks, a lot of like grayish, beige colors, and it's mostly or some mine leftovers or some mini skins, or I'm just getting some leftovers from another people, and I'm just adding and adding and adding them. And yeah, I'm working on them also when I had time. Before, when it was small, I was even taking this to work, but now it's too big to carry this with, so it's just home. And sometimes when I have some time at home, or I found out that lately I don't have time. I'm making time for something. So sometimes when I'm making time for this blanket, I'm working on this, and I really like it, and I'm looking forward to have this finished. Yes, and my last work in progress, what I want to show you, I just started this week, and with how it's going, I believe it's maybe gonna be ready for next winter. I'm not sure I'm gonna finish this until Christmas, or at least any weather what I can wear this. So I wanted to make big sweater with like a turtleneck in finger and way yarn, and it should be like a little oversized and not cropped but like long sweater. So far I put almost 100 grams in this, but you cannot really see that that's a lot of work in here, but I'm working this on a 2 millimeter needles. Yes, 2 millimeter needles, and I had like I don't remember, somewhere in between 300 and 400 stitches on my needles. Yay, it's so hard to show you. It's look like that. It's have split hem, and it's gonna be shorter in front and longer in the back, and then just stockinette stitch. And yeah, I have like this. I need to have like that until I gonna divide this for underarms. And I'm actually considering, should I do this like a collar work when you stick this after and then sew in sleeves, because for some reason my tension is different when I knit in a circle or when I knit flat, and you can see this on the fabric is not the same. So I'm really afraid to make this like until I need to divide this for sleeves and see that here it will be like fabric would look different. I want this look like, I don't know, as people tell, like you bought this from a shop, but so far it's not look like that. Oh, okay, so far it's look like that, but I believe that if I gonna split this and gonna make fabric on top like flat, we're gonna knit fabric flat, it's gonna look different, but I don't know. So that's my work in progress, and I probably gonna be showing this long time. I have a lot of this yarn. I recently bought this on this stash. It's a yarn from Garn Silk. They had the yarn, what call it, sock it. It was yarn for socks. It's have wool and nylon. It's quite soft, but this yarn have a big problem for me, like for socks. It's almost don't have any stretch. I don't think it's good for socks. I don't know. And I make socks out of this yarn, so I don't want to complain. I use this ones for show, and the yarn also feel difference in different colors. So this gray, I kind of like it. I also tried some black, also was nice. Pink was completely different. Like, I believe the wool, what was used for that, was completely different. So yeah, I had a lot of this yarn. I bought this on this stash, and I'm just working now on this yarn on this sweater, and I have no clue when I'm gonna finish this. That was all for knitting, what I had for today. I hope, I don't gonna promise that I'm gonna do this every week. There's no chance. I have nothing to show after 1 week, so I'm gonna try maybe to do this once in 2 weeks and show what I'm done, what I knit in these 2 weeks, because every week there will be like zero progress. I'm working now like every day. No, I have weekends free, but other days I'm working every day. My kids still need to go to school, so all stuff at home still need to be done. I still didn't finish my master degrees. I need to ask for extra time because I couldn't deal with all this, how it's going now. So I get some extra time, and I didn't finish it yet. Yay. But yeah, so that's like this. I hope you like this video. I don't know, I don't gonna even go and rewatch this because I gonna think that I made something bad or tell something wrong. Yeah, I just gonna do this. I had one more project in mind. My mom now lives with us because she's struggling with some sickness, and now in Ukraine she cannot really have a help because the hospitals are really busy with all soldiers. So my mom is living with me now here in Denmark, and my mom is really great sewist. So I thought she can help me to make some project bags, and if we're gonna succeed with this, then probably I'm gonna show you some project bags. Yeah, so that's all news from me for today. I hope you're all well, and I'm gonna see you again in around, let's hope, 2 weeks. See you. Hi.